Greetings, members and friends of Emmanuel United Church of Christ. This is just a very brief message to let you know where we are currently at in light of the stay-at-home order that has now been overturned. I am recording this on Friday afternoon, May 15th, and just yesterday, 12 hours after the order was overturned, we received this letter from Franz Riggert, who is the General Conference minister of our United Church of Christ. And I'm just going to read a portion of it. I'll post the whole thing at our church's website, but here's where he gives us the details for the plan forward. He writes, "In consultation with the Wisconsin Council of Churches and in solidarity with our denominational partners across the state, we continue to recommend that UCC congregations not resume in-person worship or other activities in our church buildings until the public health gating requirements are met as set forth in the Badger Bounce Back Plan." And then he writes about how phase one will be 10 persons or less, which will be pretty much unworkable for us as a congregation. Our Sunshine Gals, Wise Guys are both more than 10 people. Phase two then involves 50 people or less, and it's at that point that we'll begin to think about resuming things. So we're not going to be resuming for a number of weeks still. I know for some of you that's deemed as too cautious. For others of you, that's deemed as not cautious enough. That's the challenge we'll have across the board for whatever decision we make. We'll never make everyone happy, but please know we have everyone's concerns at heart. We want to try to come up with some policies and guidelines for everything we do at church when we gather again, because believe it or not, we make physical contact far more often than you'd imagine. Ushers, greeters, passing out bulletins, passing the offering plate, of course, communion, and other things. We're hearing stories now of when we sing, we expire a whole bunch of contaminants if we are sick. So there's a lot of things to think about, a lot of guidelines we're going to have to work through and have something set. I'll be working over the next few days and weeks with church and ministry to come up with guidelines that we hope will meet us somewhere in the middle and allow us to compassionately care for those who do attend. We also want to make it possible for those who are more cautious and would like to stay at home longer, that we have some way of maintaining connection with you here through YouTube, Facebook, all those things we've been using. So we are doing our best, and I would simply ask that you would pray for your church leadership at this very difficult time. We're going to have to do some work that we've just never had to do in the past. We're doing it for everyone's best interests. And so again, whether you feel we are being too cautious or not cautious enough, pray for us, because we simply are seeking the well-being of all. And so that's where we're at. The entirety of Franz's letter will be posted at our website. It is a wonderful letter to read. He talks about making sure that this does not become a partisan issue and make things worse than they already are. He encourages us to pattern ourselves after the people of Israel in the wilderness, that sometimes we have to wait longer for things than we perhaps would desire to. It's a wonderful letter, so I would definitely set it before you as something that I hope that you'll read after you listen to this message. So that's where we're at. Let me also say this. Jenny Landowski has done an incredible job of keeping me safe. As you all know, I'm immunocompromised. In about 5 days, I'll be getting my next blood work done to find out if my white cell count is remaining stable, or if it's not, I'll have to obviously go into surgery before I really would like to. And so she's done a wonderful job of keeping me protected, as she's been at the church almost every day. I will be trying to show up on occasion, taking the precautionary measures that are necessary to keep me safe. But at the end of the day, what I want is to connect again with you. This kind of connection, although I appreciate that it's available to us, is always less than the best. I'm looking right into a camera. I'd like to be looking into your eyes. And so we're going to do our best to think about guidelines, put together measures that will allow us to meet in the future. Right now, there is no set date. As things progress, we will certainly get word out to you and let you know what we are doing and what we are planning. And no matter what happens, no matter what your decisions are, we want to remain connected with you. And so remain connected to us in prayer. And finally, I have to throw this in, Thank you for your generous support of both the India COVID mission, as well as your generous support of the church during this difficult time. We have been overwhelmed with gratitude for the love and the support that's been shown to us as a church body. It is a great reflection of the grace of God. How can I say it? The grace of God flowing through your lives. And so please know how deeply, deeply touched and moved we are by your generosity. And so we will get through this. We will move forward. There's a future that's bright that's ahead of us. Never, ever forget that. Our best days are always ahead of us, not behind us. If for no other reason, Christ has risen. He has risen indeed. And so until we connect again, God be with you.